Welcome to another podcast in which we'll be talking about James Mahu's essay, Free Will of the Sovereign. Sophia and Phil greet you from the microphone.
Hello to everyone.
Free will, it's something we take for granted every day, but what if I told you it's as fundamental to existence as gravity? Recent quantum physics research suggests our choices may actually ripple through the entire fabric of the universe.
That's such an intriguing perspective, Sophia, especially when you consider how even a single atom's free will could theoretically affect everything else in existence.
You know what's fascinating about this, Phil? The research suggests free will isn't something that emerged from space and time. It's actually more primary than that. It's like the operating system that reality runs on.
Well, that brings up an interesting point. How does this fundamental nature of free will actually play out in our everyday lives?
Think of it this way. Free will is like oxygen, and using it is like breathing. We all have access to it, but the real question is how consciously we're engaging with it. Some quantum theorists suggest our choices create ripples that extend far beyond our immediate circumstances.
That reminds me of the butterfly effect, how small changes can have massive downstream consequences.
Exactly. And here's where it gets really mind-bending. This text suggests that free will operates outside the constraints of space and time. It's not bound by physical laws as we understand them.
So if we're understanding this correctly, our choices aren't just affecting the present moment, but potentially reverberating through multiple dimensions.
Well, that's where this fascinating metaphor comes in. The text describes us as being like a volcano with a crystal clear lake inside. The volcano represents our human nature with all its turbulent emotions and desires, while the lake represents our deeper, more aligned self.
That's such a powerful image, and it suggests we don't need to suppress either aspect of ourselves.
Right? And you know what's really interesting about this? Modern neuroscience is starting to catch up with these ancient insights. Studies on meditation and consciousness suggest we have these different levels of awareness operating simultaneously.
The implications for personal development and social change are pretty profound when you think about it.
Oh, absolutely. And here's where it gets really practical. The text talks about how our modern world is full of distractions and anxiety that make it harder to access this deeper level of choice. It's like we're running on a hamster wheel of reactivity.
That reminds me of some recent studies on decision fatigue, how the average person makes something like 35,000 decisions every day.
You know, that statistic really drives home why this understanding is so crucial right now. We're making more choices than ever, but are we making them from that deeper place of alignment?
Well, the text suggests it's about creating moments of emptiness and neutrality, essentially stepping outside of time.
And here's what I find most profound. At its core, this whole dynamic is based on love. Not romantic love or even compassion exactly, but love as the fundamental fractal pattern of reality itself.
That's fascinating. It's like love isn't just an emotion, but a structural principle of the universe.
Exactly. And quantum entanglement might actually provide a scientific framework for understanding this interconnection. When particles become entangled, they maintain their connection regardless of distance, just like this fundamental love the text describes.
That's such a powerful bridge between ancient wisdom and modern science.
And you know what makes this so relevant to our current moment? As we face increasingly complex global challenges, understanding how our individual choices connect to the whole becomes more crucial than ever.
The text really emphasizes this point about how even a single atom's choice affects everything else.
Which brings us back to where we started. Free will isn't just about individual choice, it's about conscious participation in this vast, interconnected dance of existence. Every choice we make ripples out in ways we can't even imagine.
That's really the key insight here, isn't it? The responsibility and opportunity that comes with understanding our choices in this larger context.
And maybe that's the most important takeaway, that free will isn't just about making choices, but about aligning those choices with this deeper current of love and meaning that runs through everything. It's both simpler and more profound than we usually imagine.
That feels like the perfect place to wrap up. Not with absolute answers, but with an invitation to explore this mystery more deeply in our own lives. Now it's up to the listeners to study the essay for themselves. It will certainly help them to understand the concept of free will of the sovereign in a deeper way. You can find the link in the text below the video.
Sophia and Phil say goodbye from the microphone.
Goodbye, Phil.